Now, Optimism. There was at least 3 members of the community who suggested something amazing. They said, because Optimism is so fast and it's so inexpensive, we should shrink the 8-year period to 1 year for Xen mint duration. So specifically, not 3,000 AMP, but 300. So the amount of Xen that you would be making is going to be 1/10 of what you're making on Ethereum. And the contract will stop producing most of the Xen within the first 300 days. So the cool thing about this is that the cost of Optimism is low. The supply of Xen will be 1/10 of what it is on the rest of the chains. And the amount of time is only 300 days, which is less than a year. It's like 10 months. So within 10 months, the whole supply is pretty much minted out. And the community gets to experience what happens at the end of the 8-year cycle under a year. So Optimism is perfect to participate with the Xen ecosystem with 300 days limit, and then basically feel the sort of value creation and supply generation, and really kind of like get into the sort of mindset, is Xen really hyperinflationary or is it not, right? So think about it. You know that on Optimism in 300 days you cannot get any more Xen. I mean, not as much. Like you're gonna get like maybe 10 Xen per day versus like 30,000 Xen per day when you start. And then every month, because there's 10 months, every month there's 10% less Xen minted for you if you come late. If you come late 3 months later, you're now making only 70% of Xen. Yeah. If you're coming 6 months later, that's it. You're pretty much missed the boat. And that gives the community the experience of what the disinflationary nature of Xen really is.
So this is going to be like a time machine. It allows us to fast forward into 8 years and see what potentially Xen could look like on the first 11 chains, 12 chains at launch time.
Every day on Optimism is going to be like 10 days on Ethereum. So you're literally in a time machine. So every day is like 10 days. So you have this accelerated cycle that's supposed to give you 10x more value on Optimism, because you know that every day you miss, you're missing 0.3%. So 0.3% every day. In 10 days, you're missing 3%. In 30 days, you're missing 10%. In 60 days, you're missing 20%. And then in 90 days, you're missing, well, a lot more. You do the math. So the point is the math is accelerated, and we get to experience the last year of Xen this year. How cool is that?
It's the infinite thinking, but on a finite time frame. That's kind of cool.
It is cool, and it's not going to be like super expensive because Optimism's gas is really set up to be really low, and yet you can get into a relatively scarce asset that has a very limited duration, and then you can mentally project your experience onto Ethereum Xen, and just imagine what happens on Optimism will also happen to Ethereum in 7 years.
Okay, wow. So many questions. So this question came in, does the Optimism staking APY and terms change also? Or will it just be truncated like everything else?
So APY, we're going to leave alone. So we're only going to tweak one parameter, which is we're going to take 3,000 and make it 300.
Joseph says, exciting trial. Optimism to be set for 1 year demonstration. Have you talked with the DBZen team? Are they going to be launching in a similar time frame? Maybe you don't have any idea. Just curious if you know.
I haven't spoken with them yet. However, it is my expectation that due to the base chain success of DBZen burning 2/3 of Xen, we should launch DBZen and Phoenix on Optimism together. So
man.
not only you have limited Xen on Optimism, but you will also have, well, I guess even more limited DBZen, because DBZen will burn a lot of it. So it's just going to apply the supply reduction pressure even more so. So I think that's a healthy approach, and it definitely worked on Base. So I think it will work on Optimism.
Amazing. You have made Crypto Profeta's day. He's very excited here. Jeremiah gives a nice compliment to you. He says, Jack, it's important we see you on stream. Your vision is incredible, and I thank you for Xen.
Thank you.
Feedback. I agree with him. While I understand your thought process and not wanting to have the community hanging on your streams and stuff, it's kind of like Charles Hoskin, like your vision, your thought process surrounding the whole crypto landscape. There's so much value in that alone, just as much as there is obviously your knowledge of Xen and what you hope for the future with X1. So yeah, we got to stream more apparently.